We are back in the Windy City at Ultimate Ninjas Naperville.
Makes it over the line to complete that obstacle.
Very strong upper body. And then now to focus up.
This is the first time that Maggie Owen is seeing this obstacle. Oh, she's got it. On the starting platform now, Michael Torres.
Wow, opening his hands up. Very strong under pull. And no, he's not going to hide his emotion.
Semifinals are yet to take the starting platform, and right now we have Christian Yost.
But as for the Lachey's, no problem for him. These burly boards, though, made it look easier than anyone else we've seen today, I think.
And locking in that first grab.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? We are live.
We out here live, baby.
Grant McCartney, the Island Ninja, is right next to me. Jeez. Evan Dollard, the Rocket, talking at you right now.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is Major 3 semifinals, UNX Championship Series, and we are at Ultimate Ninjas Naperville. You got a crowd there. You can see they're about to get hyped because some of the best athletes on the planet are about to take this course.
Oh, yeah. If you guys didn't tune in for Major 1 and Major 2, what are you doing? What are you doing with your lives? Tune in. It's awesome. But here we are for the standings we got. This is our run order for this Major 3. Here is our women in the order you're going to see them coming in. We got some amazing talent coming this way, but also some youthful talent, some people you might not have seen before, but are going to put on quite a show today.
Yeah, 16 powerful female athletes. I got my eye on Barclay Stockett, of course, Jesse Lebrecq, and as far as the young guns, who do you have on this lineup?
Man, I'm going to say don't ever overlook Maggie Owen. But we're going to go ahead and hop in here to Ava Long, our first runner.
I'm nervous for her. It's so tough sometimes to be the first athlete on the starting platform.
Yeah, it is tough. And this competition at UNX is set up in such a way to make that first runner mentality spread out a bit, so it's not as much on them because the runners can't see the course and they are secluded, so they can't see how the competition is going. So you won't know how far someone made it or how they're doing, and that allows a little bit more fairness when it comes to seeing and running the course. Again, if you get to sit and watch the person in front of you, you get beta, you get information. So we're trying to spread that out in this league. We're trying to make it a little more fair. By the time it comes to the finals, though, you will earn your position, and it'll be a little different. But for here now, this is trying to make it even for all the competitors.
We got the go-ahead from Ethan Swanson, the course designer, and Chris DeGangi, who's running technical today. And we are about to kick things off.
Ooh.
All right,
You
okay.
never know. In a ninja competition, that kind of misstep could cause you it. You could touch down, and you have to hold the rules. Luckily, she didn't step off.
Yeah, never too early to make a correction.
Dude.
Didn't like what she saw?
Said, you know what? Let's fix this. Now, we did get to hop on some of these obstacles, so I'm really hoping some of these women get through this course into the back half, which I know that they have the talent and ability to do. The final obstacle itself is a very cool obstacle, very dynamic obstacle.
Yeah, I even like that little trapeze into the spider wall. Like, it's something that I've not seen before on a course. And it has to do with just really exemplary.
Oh, no.
Oh, I couldn't tell if her toe touched down or not.
I think
we're going to go to the judge.
Touchdown. I had a pretty good look. It did look like a touch, but maybe they're allowing incidental or they're going to have her go on. We'll have to come back to see. It did look as her foot did touch down there, but
Oh, she's going to continue on.
Yep. So here we are. Now, this is a cool obstacle DeGangi thought up here. These platforms, pretty much anything on the wall you're allowed to use, but you've got to stay close to the wall, but you're trying to run, and it seems, oh, man. Ava just slipping off there. Ava has a circus background. That movement is more of a rock climbing, parkour style movement, so it's a little different. Still amazingly strong athlete and tough to go the first one on the course. So big round of applause from the crowd for her. DeGange over there, my man. Do we have a run order here anywhere that we can? Right on. We're eyes on the prize on Chris DeGange over here. This man's got like 14 monitors in front of him and still listening to us. Mia, up next.
Yeah, Mia's been training for 7 years in the sport of obstacle course racing, short course specifically, and these types of courses like the one that Ethan Swanson put together today for these athletes.
Yeah, Swanson's peeking his head in the room right now. Swanson, what do you got to say to the people?
Yep, we're just getting started. I know we just had our first runner, Ava, but got a lot of athletes here. We'll see if they can break out further in the course. It's going to be fun.
If you had to describe this course in one word, what would you say for the women's course?
Technical.
Technical. Right on.
Mia certainly brings a lot of experience to courses like this. She's a 2-time American Ninja Warrior competitor, even was a Vegas finalist, and she's placed top 10 in every National Ninja League final she's ever competed in.
She's also been doing gymnastics since she was young and now competes in an adult league. Go Dinosaurs. Shout out to the Dinosaurs gymnastics adult team. She's still doing that. She says she loves the beam. So, you know, balance may play as one of her strengths, if not just something she does enjoy that gives her some confidence. So hopefully she gets to those balance, she'll feel comfortable. But now there's a big difference between a balance beam that is stable and a Ninja Warrior obstacle of agility that's moving and
nice extension to grab that. She was a little caught up for a second there. The momentum was carrying her in sort of this elliptical pattern that was keeping her from reaching to that ring to connect and finish that obstacle, but now she's back on track.
Not to be too critical here, but as she's swinging on those rings, they have a lot. If you don't control your lower half of your body, you can start a sideways or an elliptical swing pretty easily. So I've found that most often it's your core if you keep engaged, and you have to be thinking, kicking your legs in the direction you want them to go. Otherwise, yes, you will get that side swing, and it won't take you to the next ring.
Ooh, little slip, but great correction there. Makes it through another obstacle. She's got a real methodical approach right now.
That's actually where we saw Ava slip as well. I wonder if it's, more technical than we think there. It's not as easy to go to or something that we're missing, because that's 2 slips in that same area. We'll have to keep our eye on that obstacle.
Wow. By her fingertips.
Yes. So far the farthest one on the course.
Yeah.
That took me a long time to say.
Hey, not to worry.
Only a day
We got
left.
plenty of action to come.
There we go.
Wow. Great grip strength on that hold. It is deceptive, that green hold that her hands were just on. It's not a deep pocket back there. So she was relatively flat surface and just grabbed on by both hands and didn't let go.
Now here's the dynamic move. Turn and jump. Got to grab that ring.
Got
Nice
it.
job.
Nice.
Grabbing the ring is not to be overlooked, man. I've many a times, the ring is such a good hold, but if you don't focus up before you go to it, you can just knock it out of your way. We saw that in UNX qualifiers earlier this year with like Kevin Bull knocking the ring out of the way on the final courses at Traverse City Fitness. So it can happen to the greats, and it's happened to me. So I'm calling myself great.
And why shouldn't you?
And that's your takeaway.
Yeah. The loaded trapeze now. I had my chance to get my hands on this obstacle, And it is a blast. It is so much fun. Big swings. You really have to make sure you have enough momentum to reach that next trapeze. But once you do, it is preloaded, so you have to expect for it to break away. Just hold on and go for a ride. But it is a lot of fun. And exactly what we would expect from an Ethan Swanson designed course.
Oh, yeah, big time. So also, that one will be cool because as people start to push the pace on that one, they can be linked, but it's a little risky. So we probably won't see it right away, but I'm thinking when people are trying to cut down the time, they may link those all together in one movement.
Trying to build up that swing and comes up a little short, but truth be told, 3 minutes and 24 seconds. She only had 6 seconds to go, 5-6 seconds to go, because the time limit on this course is 3.5 minutes.
You got to keep moving.
And there was still, that was only the second to last obstacle. There was one more obstacle past that for the women. But still, phenomenal job by Mia. She really had a lot of fun out there, took her time, did her thing on the course, and really put out a strong performance. Now Jessie Byer making her way into the starting platform. A lot of cheers from the crowd. Everyone out here at Ultimate Ninjas Naperville braving the cold weather this morning. Although it's a balmy 25 today compared to the 5 degrees it was yesterday. So it's practically tropical.
When I looked at the weather before I came here, it just said 1 degree. I was like, what? Wait, what?
Hey, that's all you need, man.
Yeah. Just so it's
Don't be
above
greedy.
0. Oh, man. Our next competitor here, as we were sitting down having a chat with her, she's only 14 years old. We have a lot of this youth coming out, really showing off. And she says that one of her strengths is more grip-based stuff. She can do vertical limits. And so this course in particular doesn't play to the strengths of a hard upper body grip obstacle like a vertical limit, which she has self-proclaimed as her strength. So I'm curious to see how she fares on a technical course like this.
Yeah, it certainly is more technical. A lot of different types of movements from start to finish. You know, and again, shout out once more to Ethan Swanson for designing such a fun course, and of course Chris DeGangi for the rock wall. Like it really does activate every aspect of your arsenal, of your athletic arsenal, from lower body to upper body to little momentum shifts, and then a little bit of grip strength, and then some endurance, obviously with the trapeze leading into that grip strength intensive gauntlet that we saw Mia fall on.
Now, just watching her movement, Jessie is definitely using smart, coordinated swings. She's got her body positioning where we were seeing in Mia, where it was getting more of elliptical swing in that first obstacle. Not with Jessie. She pulled.
Whoa!
Whoa! Just on the fingertips of one hand on that one. But she's controlling her lower half of her body. Now, this is a big move for her, though. Oh, no. That's a hard move. You have to actually trust your legs and your step as you run up the wall, then focus the grab. And she grabbed that green hold, which we said earlier is not that great. It's not that positive. So just sliding off of it, still a great run.
Yeah, great run. It looked like her momentum was coming off the wall, and it is tricky because the hold itself juts out a little bit from the wall, but you need to keep your body close to the wall. So it's a tricky maneuver. You don't want to push out too far, but you also don't want to stay too close to the wall and bump your head. It's an interesting dynamic to that obstacle.
Whenever I do an obstacle like that, the hardest part for me is I want to run, but whenever you run, your knees and legs move forward. I find myself running into the wall, banging my knees into it, or I reach my arms out and hit my elbows on the wall. It's this kind of learning how to be flat against the wall or sideways with your shoulders so that your shoulders aren't bumping you away from the wall as you run and then focusing on your grab. It's an interesting movement. You're not used to running and also kind of maintaining a flat position.
Up next, Jordan Carr. currently tied for 11th on our season standings.
So 8 move on to our championship. That's what we're trying to get into. If you're out there on the course, you're hoping to be in the top 8, so you make it to the championship. That'll be airing in 2 weeks.
Yeah, right now focused on making it through the semifinal run, qualifying fast enough so that she can get another run at this course in the finals. Because those points that she gets in the finals here at Major 3 will determine, as you just said, whether she qualifies top 8 for the championships.
Again, you can see in the ring swing there how she pulls back, how she makes her pull back directly in line with the spider jump. You can tell that she's using her core and engaging to stay her direction the right way through these obstacles. That's something I'm always noticing on the first obstacle, to note how it might go later. Also making quick work of that balance. Taking a little bit long of a breather here. There's only a 3-minute and 30-second time limit on the course. I'm not quite sure you need to take too much breath here unless you're really just trying to get the nerves down, because this is a tough move.
I think that's it. I think that was more of a mental break, certainly, than a physical one. She wants to get this right. And even now, shaking it out, staying close to the wall, this is clearly within her arsenal. It's just a matter of executing, because it's the first time she's gotten her hands on it.
Looks like she may try to static it. I think you're going to have to run, but taking a good plant there, choosing whether to use your left foot, then you got to move your right. And she made it. She actually just grabbed the green and matched on it. Wow, no fear on turn and jump into that ring.
Not a lot of fear, but that was almost a full minute that she ate up on that course. So she's got to make up some time right now, starting with the loaded trapeze.
That's a good point. Time is ticking away. Wow, it looked like she wasn't going to get there.
Little 1-2 grab on that first one.
It looked like she was almost going to link it. So wasn't able to really link it, but you could see once she grabbed it, she went ahead and kicked forward. That's the movement it takes to go ahead and pop to the next one right away, or you can use that to get your swing going. So again, being engaged, being thoughtful of her movement, very smart to keep kicking right as you grab to go ahead and kick forward.
And now she's got 1 minute remaining to complete the last 2 obstacles.
Yes, and this one will wear your arms out. You've done a lot of work to get here, but now it's time to find another gear.
Exactly. Each one of these holds, you can see the sleeve covering the bar. They have to scoot it over because they're intentionally askew from each other. So that's part of the obstacle, is lining up your swing in order to transition to the next one.
Grabbing that UFO is not to be overlooked either, but really controlling her body. Wow, going underneath. That's sick. Okay, she's got a couple more of these to hop through. Oh, no. The way she went down there, it looked like she just made a mental mistake. Not that her arms got tired. Shoot.
Yeah, shaking her head. I think she knows that she had the grip strength to get that obstacle done, but maybe it was just knew that she had the countdown happening, that there wasn't a lot of time left on the clock, and maybe she just rushed it a little bit. But
Still
even
one of our
so,
furthest, if not our furthest so far.
Furthest so
That's
far,
our furthest
yeah.
runner.
See if we can get another look at that here. Yeah,
Oh,
just
her hands were on it. I don't know exactly what happened. It just kind of popped loose there.
pop loose, but still was looking very, very strong and controlled. And now, hopefully, we get to see her run this one more time in the finals. If that was a fast enough and furthest enough effort on that course, I think now that she's got a little more familiarity with it, she could really charge after it and do something pretty impressive. Caitlin Bergstrom waving to the crowd as she makes her way to the starting platform.
Yes.
First appearance at a UNX major.
Yep, not her first appearance at a UNX qualifier. She was trying to work her way here, has finally done it. And as we were sitting down with her yesterday, it was really fun to see her approach. She said, you know what, I love speed courses. I don't know if this is going to be a speed course, but I'm going full send. You know how I feel about that, Evan.
I do know.
Full send for the girls. Here we go. Little quick movement of her feet there. I'm not sure if that's nerves or she's just trying to get this thing rolling.
I think she's getting it rolling. Nice, good full
Yeah.
extension, one arm in each of those holds, quickly making her way
Yeah.
through the spider wall.
Awesome work on the spider. Let's keep it rolling. Yep, I knew she'd be just hopping through that balance. She's definitely keeping the speed and the pace up. Now that we've already seen this be problematic.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Wow. She had both hands on it too. Man. Looks like she steps with her left, crossing over to her right, lets her chest fall back. So because of that, her arms are fully extended when she grabs that rock hold, and it just peels off. Ugh.
Yeah, it almost looked like her right shoulder, when she was pivoting, like bumped into the wall a little bit and pushed her away, so she was falling away as she was trying to grab on.
Bummers.
Oh, she was moving so quickly up until that point as well, and competing with a big smile on her face. So hopefully that's not the last we see of Caitlin.
I do appreciate her hair, though, for being honest, you know. We have a lot of similarities in our hairdo. We talk hair.
Yeah, I can see that.
We
Do you talk
obstacles.
hair?
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go on Instagram, you know. Check us out on Instagram. We do a little hair flip, little moment. You'll see some videos. They're in slow-mo. No big deal. Anyways.
Hey, it is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
There's
All right.
nothing small about that
Anna
hair.
is up next. So we got, look at this. We got 16 competitors. So it's going to be a lot coming your way. Stay tuned for some amazing runs coming on. Lebrec being our 15th competitor. Barclay Stockett still in the running there. But yeah, man, we got a lot of awesome competitors. Anna up next, though. It's going to be great to see her get on the course. Elena Borges, she's been in multiple majors so far. So a lot of these competitors are not new to this major platform and how it's run. And so it's going to be really, really great runs coming up. Not to mention we got the men coming on later on today.
Yeah, an insane lineup of athletes here at this Major 3 semifinals. And now, making her way to the starting platform, Anna MacArthur. I like that. Little pep in her step. Ready to get this thing going.
Chatting with Anna yesterday was really fun. Only 13 years old. She carries herself like she's 20-some years old. Just great personality, very confident in the way she speaks and carries herself. It was great getting to chat up with her a little bit yesterday. Coming in from St. George, Utah. She was on American Ninja Warrior Season 2, and that'll be airing here pretty soon. Actually, was the mentor on that show, so I got to see it live and in person. Really fun to see these competitors, you know, on that kind of lights, camera, action playground. But this is UNX is the same kind of production value. We got a lot of the pressure of that same feel. Cameras all around you, crowd yelling, cheering you on.
Really high up on the spider wall. She's having to bring it down a little bit. Couple extra moves, but no big deal.
Pretty natural thing to happen is when we do the
Good save.
When we do the spider, we kind of, it's easier to go up than down. So we see that every once in a while. You go upwards. It does waste a little bit of energy maybe, but I don't think she's too worried about it. Oh my goodness. Laying it all the way back, trusting her grip strength.
Going for the highlight reel on that one.
Ava wasn't even going to go to the UNX qualifier. Oh, it's going static.
Yeah, having a tough time figuring out what the strategy is going to be here.
Wow. If she
Couple
tries
of
to
false
static
starts
that,
there.
it's going to be really tough. What?
Goodness gracious.
Honestly, that may be the slowest way you can pull that off at her size because she cannot stop moving. She has to move slow and controlled.
But she just latched
Big
onto
hop
that
to the
green
ring
hold.
and dismounting right away, too. Very smart.
Yeah, very smart. As you said, it's not to be overlooked. The blind transition, doing a 180 from the rock wall to the ring, can be tricky, but she knocked it out of the park.
Gosh, it's so cool to think that she wasn't even going to go to the
Oh,
qualifier.
and comes
man.
up just a few inches short of that first trapeze. Needed a bigger punch off that mini tramp.
Yeah, needed some height out of it. She kind of traveled forward as you see her running at it here. You've got to really punch that trampoline, meaning throwing that weight into it. She more just kind of hopped on it. You got to throw your weight down and then explode out of it to get your height. So she was actually just there, got a little forward, not as much height though. So still an awesome run. And to think she wasn't even going to even do the qualifier, and she just saw her coach Brian Beckstrand was going. She thought, hey, I'll go. Qualifies for the major. Here she is.
Yeah, pretty incredible. Just going for the experience, wanted to check it out, and then qualified for major number 3. And now a familiar face up next in this women's division.
Olivia Colasano. We are excited to see this run. She has done the other 2 majors. Awesome runs out of her before. Got them pants chalked up. Let's go. She said, yeah, just paint it on the thighs. You never know when you need a little thigh pat. Get a little chalk on the hands. Very smart move.
Chalk for days. She's chalked up for the semifinals, the finals, and I think that chalk is actually in prep for the championship as well.
I think she chalked up at the first major and has had it on ever since.
But yeah, she is a fun one to watch. Very composed on the course.
Yeah.
And just gets it done. You know, she knows what she has to do and she executes, which is why we've seen her at so many of the major events, just doing what she does, setting the pace.
A little topple there, but hey, you know, do your thing, girl. She was, again, pretty high. It's natural to want to climb up the spider, not forward. Light work of the balance. Honestly, up to this point, this wall right here is kind of a make it or break it. It's the first major move here to hold on. Now, Olivia has a little bit more reach, so she's able to step and reach through that, not having to jump as much. But again, here on this next one, she will have to run it out.
It's tough to tell when you're an athlete standing on that green block, that starting platform. That first hold is sort of on the far side, and it's not clear. You don't get a clear vantage point of it.
Yeah.
So until you get up to it, you don't really know what you're dealing with. And again, you might think that it's a deeper grip or a deeper hold, and it's just not. But Olivia, with her grip strength and experience, is able to get through that obstacle very quickly.
Yeah, she's only got a minute and 25 seconds off the clock, so plenty of time, 2 minutes left here to finish this course. Enough height. Ooh, I didn't know if she's going to link it or not. You know, I'm still looking to see who's going to put these together right now. Ooh, yeah, just kipping right from there. She could have linked them as well.
She could have. She could have.
You're talking about saving a couple seconds. Is it worth the gamble? Maybe not right now, especially to the fact that we haven't had someone get through this next obstacle. Again, these competitors don't know that, though. So they're just thinking furthest the fastest. And for all they know, no one's made it through that obstacle. They made it through. So I think the best approach, though, is to assume everyone's completing and go for completion and try to do your best under 3:30.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. And as you were talking about, on those loaded trapeze, you're only going to save maybe a second or two. And right now, that's just not worth the gamble.
Yeah.
It will look cool.
It
So, I mean,
definitely will
that's
look
something
cool,
to keep in mind.
which always factors in my book.
Right. The audience will love
Wow.
it.
The slow-mo of that, if we could have seen her left hand, Olivia was opened up all the way. Oh, and now that left hand gave out. It might have been that last hold before she was down to 3 fingers. Right there, look. Oh, my gosh. It opened up her hand all the way and still managed to hold on, but may have tired it out a bit because now as she jumps over, that left hand gave out.
Yeah, that is such a tough move. You have to get your one hand, your left hand or your leading hand, whichever hand you're leading with, all the way under the board to latch onto the other side while you're in midair.
Not to mention grabbing at the same time. If one hand hits before the other, it'll knock it out of your other hand, vice versa. But also if you go grabbing one side, no doubt, it's not going to work. The thing's going to tip on you.
We still have yet to see an athlete complete this course. We actually haven't even seen the final obstacle of the women's division semifinal course yet. And we're hoping that Elena Borges can be the first one to do just that.
Elena rolling out with a big smile on her face, and we have joked over the last couple majors. She's so composed during her course runs. We joke like, oh, is she going to break character? Is she going to – but not when she's running. She is focused. She's determined. but she came out with a big smile on her face. So let's see how this run goes.
Yeah, it is easy to talk about the physical aspects of completing a course like this, but the mental aspect is as important, if not more important. I mean, clearly the physical has to be there, but someone like Elena, who has that focus and composure that you were just talking about, that is a huge advantage as an athlete.
I like to think of it as confidence is key. When people ask me, what do I do? How do I do the course? And I tell them, you always want to do the first and second obstacle to build up. It should be a building up of confidence. You don't want to go out in the very first obstacle and do your craziest move unless you know you have that, because you want to do well on the first obstacle. Oh, man.
See, and that's part of what I was talking about. From the athlete's vantage point, that hold is not clear. It's kind of tucked away on the other side of that structure. And it looked like she second-guessed and couldn't decide where to place her hands. Right here, she takes a step, collects herself, takes a step, reaches out, and reaches once, twice, and just shakes her head. Couldn't quite see it and make that grab.
It looks like an obstacle you have to attack. You have to go 110 for, and you'll surprise yourself when the hold is better than you think, or that you managed to hold on longer than you thought. But if you don't go with that intensity, it doesn't seem like it's going to work out. I think you really have to attack that obstacle to make it work.
Chanel, also a big smile on her face, competing in her second consecutive major. How much does that influence your confidence coming up on the starting platform here at the semifinals of Major 3, knowing that you were competing at Major 2?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still in the back of your mind. It wasn't that long ago. She's had a qualifier in between them two. Didn't do our first round in the majors, so hopped in the second major, and then since then have been competing. Whoa, that's a low drop on that rope. Hopefully that didn't get in her head too much because she saved it. So that's what the mental tenacity we were talking about you got to have on the course sometimes. That's the other thing I tell people when I'm teaching camps and clinics is it's hard to teach that ninja mentality that you have to adjust sometimes. No matter how many times you've done a course, a salmon ladder run gets offset. Instead of giving up and falling, you quickly hop it into place, or you trip on a balance and you get yourself back together. It's those quick instinct moments where she's sliding on that rope. Now it's coming down here to, going with the underpress.
Interesting. We have not yet seen that.
Smart.
Oh, my goodness.
Smart beta.
Gets it done.
Wow, that might be the new beta that needs to happen. Again, none of the ninjas are going to be able to see that, but that was very smart by her. Maybe she's got a little bit more rock climbing background or something, because that's the move. Pressing upwards with your hands. That way she didn't have to speed run. A lot of these smaller ninjas are not making that run and jump. Great beta out of Chanel.
Yeah, very strong and confident through every step of that. And man, just comes up short on that trapeze. Gosh, you really need to
You've got to punch it.
Yeah, you gotta punch it. You gotta charge after it, put all your weight behind it, and unfortunately that she just didn't quite have enough to get her to that first trapeze.
Yeah, if I could describe what the difference is she's running at it. It looks like she's running and then stepping down on the trampoline and jumping off. You need to run at the trampoline, throw your weight into it, pressing the trampoline to the ground, and then as it starts to throw you back up, you ride it upwards and jump, and that's how you're going to get that height. So here we're back on the leaderboard here, showing you where we're at and what it's looking like. Couple ninjas making it their way through to the sixth obstacle. Chanel just there going out on the fourth obstacle, as well as Anna, Caitlin, and some of the other girls going out on the third obstacle. We've seen most going out on that third obstacle, as it's tough to make that grab, but that's some new beta out of Chanel, so I wonder if anyone else is going to try that.
Yeah, and we still have some big-name competitors still in the lineup, and here we have a Tiara.
Yeah.
What?
Nikki coming out here, studded up, got the sequins on, ready to rock. She likes to come out and hit these courses and know she can look girly, but she likes to perform. And we have this weird thing in our world where it's like, oh, this is manly, or if you have a strong arm muscles, you're manly. And it's these ninjas like to prove that wrong. They're strong. I get beat in competitions all the time by women that have better grip strength, and that's not to say it's unmanly or it's feminine or anything. It's just to show she likes to dress up sometimes, but also likes to show her skills. Getting a little askew here, trying to figure out how to rebuild. Might have to kip forward to get it straight again.
There you go.
There's the kip
There
she
she's
needs.
got it. Looks like she's trying to grab that rope again, perhaps, and having a second opportunity to correct her swing. Ooh, boy, she's spending a lot of time
she really
hanging on
needs
this
to
ring right
kick.
now.
Kick forward to that ring, I think, is the move, not go backwards.
Yeah, she's actually closer to the ring than I think she knows.
Yeah.
If she could just eye where she's headed, not where she's been,
Yep.
that's going to be to her advantage right now.
And now, again, it's easy as you're standing here watching to figure that stuff out. But for her, she's just trying to go back to that rope. She's got her beta in her mind. And that is just taxing her because those feet are only holding on long enough to tire out her arms. There's the move. Go forward.
Oh,
no.
and she just runs out of gas.
Shoot.
Small little mistake there. Not having lined up the swing, that transition from the rope, that big ring to the smaller one. And you could see she was just hung up for nearly a full minute and couldn't make the correction.
Yep. That's what I was talking about, though, earlier. We've seen different competitors do it different ways, but I can quickly note who is lining up, pulling back in the right direction, who's throwing their weight and coordinating their core into the right direction of their swing versus ninjas who think about using their arms alone and it just causing those weird swings to happen. And so as she went through that, again, it caused that weird swing. The idea is to go back usually to fix. Normally that is the move to make. But in this case, that rope was just out of reach as well. I'm afraid the best move is actually to turn forward and kip towards the next ring versus trying to go backwards.
But as you said, it's easy to armchair quarterback. We're out here, we're not hanging from that ring with the lactic acid building up and the grip strength depleting. Obviously, we would have liked to see more out of Nikki, but
It's always easier from the commentating room. This is tough stuff, hard courses, and, we don't have any pressure. We're just sitting back here in this room.
it's true. Up now, Rachel Brown.
Rachel Brown has been competing in ninja. She's definitely got some skill. I bet when she does these rings, she's going to use good coordination.
Oh, and see right there, you can tell, that move, if you take a moment to line it up, can be very seamless, just like she did.
Yep, and then all my ninjas watching at home. Again, look how high she's going there, but coming back down. And also going right in the balance. All right. She's turned it up.
I love it.
Ninjas at home, though, that's something you may overlook is that lining up your swing on that first obstacle, it can seem like it's nothing, but it's very important. It's cost me some competitions where I got trapped in the no man's land swing because I did not pull in the right direction. So using a little bit of Chanel's beta. Again, she couldn't have seen Chanel do that, but first person to use that under press there. She went to the...
Yeah, that's just a little bit more stability. But right there, going full bore.
Yeah,
my goodness, she's launched at it.
She must have known that red hold is a jug, meaning a good, solid hold. So she really wanted to get a hand on that in case something else peels. You can always trust that one good jug to hold on to. Asking about if she can use the chalk from the last one. Want to chalk up. It was an interesting move, unless she's just feeling nervous and got a little bit of sweaty hands. Wow, really punching the trampoline. Caught it way high. Very good. Big kip.
Yeah, when I was playing on this obstacle a little bit earlier, it did, when they're preloaded like that and the trapeze breaks away, it does, you have to be ready for it because it's not like a solid bar that you're holding on to. It immediately starts falling away from you, so you got to grab on and hold on for the ride.
She was actually having such a big swing. If she was going to link them, and I'm still hoping someone will, she would actually have to shorten her hop. She would need to be a little short on it so she catches it in motion She was actually catching it a little high at her chest, which is safe for sure. Just something to note for the beta if you are trying to link. You have to purposely short your swing.
Ooh. Shimmying that bar over. Man, I mean, it is underrated how difficult that move, or how much that can drain you, that alone.
And chalky hands on a PVC pipe's not always your friend either. And it's that big sloper. I hate bungees. So, oh man, I was wondering if that UFO was going to get somebody, because that thing is not to be overlooked with how it can tip. Get another look of it here. Building up a good swing. Looks like she's got plenty of swing, so popping pretty high, but she was settling down as she kind of grabbed it versus getting there and having time on the way up. So she was coming like a drive-by on the way down and just kind of popped out of her fingers.
How important is it to hit that right in the center? Because it looked like she was a little bit past center on that point.
Yeah.
And with that circular grab, you really want to hit it right where it's coming down, where that pivot point is, correct?
Yeah, you can go past if you alter your motion so that your hands are still equidistant on either side. Think about a straight line through the UFO. Your hands need to be on both sides of that straight line. If they're ever not, or if that straight line drawing from both hands does not go through the center of the circle, then you're not going to be able to hold on. As soon as they get that center line does not hit the middle, then it causes the whole thing to tip. Or if your hands aren't in a straight line, then it's not even.
That's basic geometry right
And
there. That's physics.
On geometry.
That's science.
Boom.
Grant McCartney, not just a pretty face, you guys.
But I'm also a pretty face, you guys.
But let's not forget, Ashley McConneville stepping up to the starting platform now. Third place qualifier from Ultimate Ninjas.
Ashley, big friends with Caitlin. They train together down at their gym, at a jungle gym in Florida. I was just down there for the UNX qualifier down there. You guys can hop on unxnow.com if you want to go watch those runs. Awesome course built by Baby Bergie himself, Caleb Bergstrom, that's here, and he was testing. He's hoping to make it into our championships. It's right on the bubble, though. Depending on how it goes today in Major 3, we hope to see him. But Ashley getting started here. Looks composed.
I had a chance to talk with Ashley right before we came out here, and she wanted me to mention her socks, which are actually faces of Caitlin Bergstrom.
That's awesome.
She's like, please give a shout out to my socks. This is Caitlin's face.
Excellent. Skipping the landing platform.
I mean, who needs it?
Yeah, whatever.
Looking very calm right now.
I like that, but again, we're now to this obstacle we've seen a lot of ninjas go out on. You have to attack it. I don't think you can calmly do this one. Looks like she's going for a run.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right. By the skin of her teeth on that one.
Even bigger move
She
here.
didn't quite attack it the way that you recommended and barely held on.
You got to go for it. Come on, Ashley.
Right here. Yep, she's got to go a little bit bigger than she did on that first move.
Turn it on. Turn it on.
Big
No.
Goodness.
Foot just misses. Hopefully she catch her shin on that. But if you watch here, she steps through. It's that right leg as it steps, just misses the ledge.
Man, it's so tough because you need to look where your hands are going, obviously. But if you're too focused on that, then you don't get that first step, it doesn't matter.
If you notice, I think it kind of her right hip as she stepped through with that leg bumped the wall and it caused her to miss. So again, it's a weird movement to stay flat as you're running. That third obstacle still eating up competitors. It is not to be overlooked.
All right, let's keep that applause rolling. Our next competitor tonight, as far as you know, is Barclay Savia.
Tied for first. Barclay with the. She got one sleeve off, or she got some tape on the other arm?
I think it's I think it's tape, but
Oh, yeah,
I
it's tape. Okay,
wish
now that I see the back, it's
I
tape.
wish it was one sleeve off.
Yeah. She's looking ready to rock. Let's
Yeah,
go, girl.
I love it.
Tied for first. This is going to be an exciting run.
Yeah, definitely a great position to be in coming into this third major and looking to qualify for the championship.
Barclay got great upper body strength. Anyone in the ninja community knows that. She's amazingly strong. Now, there isn't any vertical limits or any crazy upper body grip stuff more than the endurance of our later half. But Barclay, no surprises here. Barclay's not the tallest ninja, all right? So it could be a challenge here on this third obstacle to get through. I wonder what beta she's going to use.
Well, I think you said it best in that you need to attack this obstacle. And right here, again, they can't quite see what that grab is going to look like. So you need to make sure that you have enough momentum if you're not going to brace yourself to.
Oh,
no.
If anything was going to get her, that was what I thought could be. And it just is not enough. Again, as she runs up the wall here, gets pulled away from it. See how far she's away from it as she goes to grab it. You have got to figure out how to lean in for that moment. 52 seconds to that third obstacle. I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Man.
10 of our 16 go to the finals. Ganji, is that correct? 10 of the 15? 10, yeah. 10. Thank goodness we got Ganji here. 10 of the 15 move on to our finals. We got to see at 52 seconds, is that going to be enough to get into the finals? I don't know. We're getting more competitors now making it through that obstacle.
Yeah. That was obviously Barclay was hoping for a lot more out of that run than what she got. But now Maggie Owen looking to see what she can do on this semifinals course here at Ultimate Ninjas Naperville for major number 3.
Big love for Maggie Owen in this crowd.
Tied for first place in the season, which is huge.
It is big.
Especially for a young competitor coming out against such a stacked lineup of athletes like Barclay Stockton, who we just saw, and Jesse Lebrecq. Obviously, Jesse Graff has been participating in this season as well. For Maggie to just come out here and be tied for first is absolutely insane.
And keep in mind, you only earn points at majors. So that means she showed up at majors time and time again and performed big. So here she is coming into this one and moving quick. At 30 seconds off the clock, she's heading to this third obstacle.
Takes a cautious approach and just sort of bumps off the wall and can't make the grab.
Ninjas keep getting bumped off the wall. We've seen Chanel's beta of pushing underneath there to hold her body close to it, but as she steps, she's falling away, and you've got to be leaning into the wall to make that grab.
It is, yeah, it's so deceptive. When I casually tried to attempt that obstacle yesterday, I'm like, oh, let's see what Chris came up with here. The first time I just tried to step into it, I fell off.
Yep.
You really need to be focused. You need to make sure that you are driving through your feet, that you have your steps in place, and that you are just latching on to that hold.
That we just saw our two top tied for first competitors both go out on the third obstacle. Out of the top 10 here, we have 4 that are gone out in the third obstacle. So your quick time, Ashley McConville is right on the bubble right now on the third obstacle. So you could move on, but that means that Barclay and Maggie are definitely out for our finals.
Well, it looks like Maggie is sitting in 8th right now.
Correction, I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, but that's just simply because she made it so quickly to that obstacle. But we still have a lot of great competitors ahead of us. So she's not safe. You know, she's not out of the woods yet.
Up next, another one of our own here at Ultimate Ninjas Naperville. You know her, you love her. It's Jessie.
Jesse Lebrecq One of the most experienced female athletes in this division. She's so strong, such a powerful athlete and well-rounded athlete, and I'm excited to see her tackle this course.
Honestly, I have to say it may play to her advantage a bit on the wall due to her size. A lot of these younger girls coming out are smaller in stature, and it makes that third obstacle movement pretty tough. Now, she does have to get there. We've seen one of her majors where she did slip up early in the course, shocked herself even, but with these two first obstacles, I think she's going to make light work of them.
I like that smooth transition from the trapeze into the spider wall. She's looking good so far. Good clean run and a nice pace. And now, the obstacle that her fiance designed. Krista
Here we
Ganji.
go.
Can she?
Oh, yeah.
Will he take out his own fiance?
Yeah, she does have that size, and that reach is really going to help on this. Now, deciding there, left or right leg first, keep your hips in the wall. I think it's because she has a very good rock climbing background. She knows what it means to keep your hips and shoulders square to the wall as you move along it. So again, with that size she has, with the coordination of climbing, she's done a great job getting through it.
Yeah, very clean. I like that. I like this run a lot out of Jessie. She's looking so strong right now. Very composed. And a good pace. Yeah, one extra swing, making sure she hits that landing platform. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Now we have not seen anyone make it through this next obstacle. It's the furthest we've seen is the second board.
Not wasting any time either. I mean, she's got nearly 2 full minutes to finish the rest of this course, which is only 2 more obstacles. But obviously feeling good and ready to move through it.
Missing one of those strands on the bungee is normally detrimental if you're a bigger ninja. And wow, those hands were a little short like we talked about. Needing to be in line, she quickly hops and adjusts them. Making the hop to the board. Great job. Couple more to go, though.
Couple more to go. Does she have enough grip strength, endurance
There
in
we
the tank?
go.
Looking so strong right now.
Another one. Come on.
Can she get to the third one? No one's done it yet.
Yes.
She's got it.
Now she can skip this last one if she throws a big dismount. She's got to really build a swing, though.
Big swing. Gets
Oh,
the
man.
dismount.
Laying it down. She's got just about 50 seconds left to see our final obstacle here. I was really hoping we get to see this obstacle, the joust drop. I was actually able to test it last night, and a obstacle that was invented on our Major 2, the joust. Now we got an extra little additive, a 180 spin and a drop. Wow, not going with mixed grip. Okay, there we go. Hopping it over. So far, it's like a sliding bar,
Nice.
pretty normal, but this movement here,
Right there.
see her hand peel and open up? That is
Yes.
so tough. Now we're going to get to see it. Oh, man. It's not to be overlooked how much that bar wants to spin out of your hands. What an amazing run. Our furthest competitor so far. You can see her hands opening up that bar, prying its way out of her hands. That mixed grip is a lifesaver, but to go under that rope, you have to lock off, or it will peel out of your hands, so that's tough.
Yeah, it's such a quick move. A lot of those toward the end of this course. It gets real grip strength intensive on the back half, those last 2 obstacles. You're suspended for so long in that gauntlet, and then to get to the bar and be suspended again, that switch grip is really going to be your friend up until the point you have to make the transition underneath the rope. That is tough.
Yeah, I was able to pull and lock off my arm for just a little bit so I could get under. That allows the bar not to roll as much out of your hands. But once you've done a full course and you try to do that move, it's tough because I was doing it fresh, no course before it, and I was still starting to lose it. So I know it can't be easy. And here's how we're sitting. Elena is We see Jesse just finishing the course, making it further than anyone else, and we only have one more competitor. So will Elena stay in and make it, or will she not? It'll be decided on this last and final runner.
And that final runner is Abby Clark. And if there's anyone that can knock Elena off that bubble, unfortunately, it's Abby. But fortunately for Abby, like she's working hard. She wants to do well, and she has proven to be one of our strongest competitors this season, winning the Major 2 championship.
She's coming off a big win, and here she is to come show what she's got. It doesn't look good for Elena to make it through here, but you never know out there. Anything can happen. You can slip on the very first obstacle. We got Nick Fortney running later today. He'll tell you the stories of that. It can happen to anybody.
Now, is there any pressure for an athlete coming off of a win to perform at the highest level? Like, do you sense that the fans or the other athletes, that you have something to prove?
I think if there is pressure, it's personal pressure. It's something that you have to learn as an athlete not to put on yourself, because I don't think that the crowd puts that on you. They may think that or whatever, but you assume it yourself when you go, okay, I got to do this. You can have the pressure there and just disregard it, but it's a mental mindset you need to know. Yes, I've done great. I will do my best again, but you're not going to allow yourself to get stressed about it. So here we go, though. This is a make it or break it moment.
Right there.
Oh,
both.
my goodness.
Ooh.
Wow. Our Major 2 first place finisher, Abby Clark, just slipping that rock hold. Oh, it looked like it bumped her left finger, and their fingers were curled down as she grabbed and tried to save it with her right hand. Man.
Yeah. It looked like she didn't quite grab high enough. It almost looked like she bumped the underside of that hold with her left hand and then tried to
Does that mean Elena
correct
made
with
it?
the right.
Oh, my goodness.
And-
Elena raced there faster than her, so Elena is in the finals.
Wow. So here's a look of our top
What a
10
turn.
that are advancing to the finals, which you'll have a chance to check out next Saturday. But such an unexpected run by Abby Clark. We obviously, she wanted to do better than that. She was prepped. She was ready to go. And unfortunately, a little slip up like that can happen to anyone. We saw it with Jessica Lebrecht in the Major 1, and now here, unfortunately, happens to Abby Clark in Major 3.
Well, it's been crazy here seeing these preliminaries leading into our finals, but our men are coming up next. We're going to take a little 15-minute break, and I know that these men are trapped back in there, not able to see the course and not able to get free. They're going to hit this course with a lot of pizzazz. So get ready, come on back, and we'll see you all in 15 minutes. Preliminaries de UNX Major 3. Tenemos mucho gente que voy a empezar con los hombres. Oh, wait.
And for our English-speaking viewers,
Yeah. Shout out to Spanish, though.
welcome back to Ultimate Ninjas Naperville.
I thought we've been
Actually, if you
live.
could do
That's why
commentary,
I've been holding it this way the
I
whole
think it would
time.
really be a value add
Okay.
for this
Sí se
Major
puede.
3.
Todo es posible. Hola a toda mi gente de Latinoamérica y la gente que habla en español. Bienvenidos a UNX Major 3.
Love it.
Yeah, boy.
Gosh, I don't know. I've never seen you speak Spanish before, and it's working for me.
Yeah, qué
It's working
bueno.
for me.
But we got an awesome thing. What I was just saying to our Spanish-speaking community is we're about to start our men's division of the preliminaries, heading into Major 3 here. We just finished up the ladies, and it was interesting.
It was interesting. Now, we got a few changes here on the men's course, so not the exact same course, but we will see those male athletes tackle what ended up being a bit of a ninja killer, that rock wall traverse.
And we got an awesome run order here. I mean, some bangers on this list. Sody Man, he's on the back. Sody Dude in the mix. Daniel Gill, Drew Dreschel, one after another. Dreschel going right before Gill. That's going to be interesting. Not to mention our younger competitors that are going to be out there. Nick Fortney coming in the mix. He's going to be one you want to keep your eye on. Christian Yost. Him and Drew Dreschel are now tied at 8th place in points. 8 people move on to our championship final. So depending on how it all settles down here, a lot is going to be decided, not in the preliminaries, but in the finals of this. So really needing to put together good runs now. Man, I got the weird hiccups going on.
Hey, you don't have to apologize.
Okay.
You know, that's what happens.
Just
We're
how I
just out here
feel.
trying to do what we do. And one of the athletes that on that list that I'm very excited about is Adam Rail. He has
that's right,
not
Adam.
been in a UNX major to this point. This is his first appearance, and he is just a powerhouse athlete in every sense of those two words.
Yeah, he is. And I haven't seen him in a while. Me and him have a lot of events that cross paths, and I haven't seen him in a good bit. And man's gotten bulky. Got big arms going right now, super big forearms, shoulders. He is dealing with an injury, though, he was telling us about, to where he had to get cortisone shot. He had to decide whether he was going to get surgery or cortisone, and he decided to go ahead and kick it into this season with the cortisone, and then at the end of this season may need to get a surgery for his tendonitis.
Oof. Yeah, it was tennis elbow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And I don't recall he gave some real technical medical term, and I didn't quite grab it. But
I definitely just belittle all of it by calling tendonitis. But Sam Folsom heading to the starting line. I have got to say, maybe the first competitor to run the UNX course in khakis.
I don't know that those are khaki. I mean, I can't quite get my fingers on it, obviously, but it looked like it might be some soft pants or
Yep.
some sweatpants that have that khaki feel,
Yep.
that khaki vibe.
That khaki vibe, kicking it off and skipping the rope. Oh, man, it's going to
love
be
it.
different. I can already tell. The boys are going to be throwing some weird stuff at this course. Skipping the rope there, as we saw the women using. Now he had to take a couple seconds to adjust his body. Skipping all the way past the bubble.
My goodness.
Oh, yeah, this is going to get weird, and I'm here for it.
He's charging it. This is a full send.
Buckle up, everybody. We're about to get weird on the course. Full send on this little step up here. Whoa, going static. That is not very
Interesting.
positive right there. Might have wanted to go with the run,
Wow.
but he figures it out. Nice job. All right, the turn and jump here.
Such an interesting adjustment midway through that obstacle to go with a cautious approach, especially after charging it.
Now
up
this
until that
obstacle
point.
here. Wow, the boot scoot. Now I have gotten my hands on this obstacle, and it is tough for the big man to get in that position where your legs are over your head, swinging on your back down. Sam crushing it though. First try, no problem.
We need to talk about that because he made that look effortless.
No
And
kidding. Literally tried it 25 times last night before I got it, and I'd never pieced it all together.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I'm 6'2", and got a
You're
lot
a
of
big
legs.
boy.
Yeah,
You're a big
it's-
boy.
I literally stand up, and it's at my waist. The ring is at my waist, or I can sit down, and it's at my shoulders. So if I'm holding with my arms bent, my bottom is still on the ground. The only way to do it for me is if I lay all the way on my back, pull my arms all the way to my chest, and put my legs over my head.
And now the sea of poles.
Now, you got on this one.
I
What was your
did.
takeaways?
I did. The takeaway is this move right here. There's two of them, essentially, and you're launching in that
Wow,
pole.
no feet.
It really has to be a full send, but it's such a thin, that your vantage point, making your way, like launching yourself at this thin silver pole, it's intimidating because you don't want to slip, you don't want to miss, like the stakes are high. Oh,
Skipping the pole.
interesting.
Wow. If you didn't notice, there's another pole there to the right, and he's skipping past it and going straight for the finishing ring. But it looks like he just bobbled the ring here as he throws to it. Oh, both hands were on it, too.
Oh, he was close.
He was cooking, though.
Yeah.
2:17, getting it to that seventh obstacle. That's a really great starting run.
That's a great starting run. Yeah, especially through the boot scoot. My goodness.
Especially in khakis.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
Who would have thought? Khaki sweatpants.
I mean, there are certain athletes that compete in jeans, right?
I'm actually really
Is Drew
impressed.
Dreschel a jean man?
He wears
just
the
a pants?
cargo-y pant kind of move.
Cargo-y
Yeah,
pants.
It's not.
Lance Picas is a.
Yeah,
He
he-
rocks the denim.
You know who else wears it? Michael Torres. He's
There
a
you
jean
go.
guy.
There you go. And now we got khakis. But more importantly, David Wright, the third place qualifier from the Jungle Gym, is taking the starters platform right now.
Now I've gotten to train with him down in Houston. Super strong, fast competitor when he wants to be. I was actually down at Jungle Gym as well in the qualifying for that, which was a little bit more of a technical, longer course than this one. And it looks like he's talking through the rules here. You get your moment with the judges. They're going to be keeping their eyes on them tight to make sure they stick to these rules. He's coming out of Houston. And he's a lifeguard.
You said when he wants to be. What does that mean exactly? Like he has different gears and like decides when to put it in, or
Yeah, when David gets out there and we're training, he likes to have fun and goof off. And then when he turns on, he gets it going. And I mean, it looks like he is focused up because he's locking off his moves through here, not even swinging. Getting that upper body strength going now, keeping the pace high. Yep. See how he came right out of that, right into the run? I think that he is going for speed. He knows that this course he can complete. They have seen the course. Now this is the first time putting their hands on it, though.
One hand on that hold and just had a vice grip on it. Wasn't going to let go.
Oh, yeah. David is strong. You probably know him as the Cake Ninja. We got to chat a little bit about when did his love for cake begin? He said it's a thing that happens in their family. At 1 year old, his dad shaves your head, and then you get your own cake to eat. Oh, no. So me getting to try this obstacle, I can tell you what's going on here. If you do not throw your feet all the way over your head, you can't quite kick out of it and get enough height. His feet were pointing upwards, not behind him, to where you lay back and then kick forward. That causes that like lack of height out of it, and then he ended up short. But he full committed though, so shout out to that, where he did flop a bit because he went all the way forward with both arms. The beta that works there though, my trying over and over last night was only because I could get my legs all the way behind my head and then kick them forward to get height out of it. That boot scoot is going to be tough though. I don't know how it's going to fare. Sam Folsom made it look easy.
He did. David is about your height, a little bit shorter. A little bit shorter, but he is one of the bigger athletes.
Yeah.
And I think we will see a difference between height plays a real factor in that obstacle, no question.
Big time. And another thing too, not just the swing on the ring, but as you hop off of it and grab the bar, I can hold on that Lachey bar and touch my feet on the ground. So you're thinking about lifting your feet off too, which is one more area that's weird. But Johnny Wilder up next, super strong guy, can do a 210-pound weighted pull-up, which is not a feat to overlook.
That's ridiculous.
It is so heavy. That's literally what I weigh. I mean, I weigh lighter than that.
I've not met anyone that was capable of doing that. I mean, I think the most I've ever done is maybe 90 pounds, maybe, and he has more than doubled that. So simply agreeing with you, yes, a very, very strong competitor.
And he's proven himself for years now. Back in 2017, he was the national champion in the NNL for ages 14 to 17. He's only 20 years old, coming in out of Missouri.
Looking very comfortable on the wall, too. Good body awareness and control.
And great biceps, I'm just saying.
Right, no.
Didn't miss that. Ooh, the stretch.
Whoa.
That is a tough move to do. You have to have great shoulder strength.
Goodness.
Wow, he is making light work of that. Swing through. What? Am I just a horrible ninja and think that that's way harder than it is?
First of all, don't ever say that again.
Okay, never again.
No.
You're right. I feel great
You're
about
a
myself.
fantastic ninja. That was just a
He made it look
powerful
so
performance.
easy.
Yeah. He barely broke a sweat through that obstacle.
He kept his fluidity. Where's he going? Oh, my goodness. Trying to skip the big pole.
Love it. I mean,
Wow.
obviously not that he fell. I love that we have two guys now that have tried two different beta.
Yes.
Our first two athletes on this course, both trying to make up some time. They're charging after it. They want to do well. They want to make it not only into the major three finals, but the points going toward the championship.
Wow, that I wouldn't even think about skipping that way because it's so awkward. If you watch close, he had to miss his head on that small hanging pole there. It could cut you up. I mean, you got to think about dodging that, then throwing, and then grabbing that tiny little next one versus going to the big one where you can put your foot on and slow your body down. That's brave moves out of our first competitors. I knew there was going to be some crazy stuff in the men's division, though.
Yeah, definitely give me some crazy moves, and I love the versatility on that sea of poles. It's not easy. The vantage point from the athlete, that vertical pole, it's not altogether clear that even if you launch your momentum toward that pole that your feet are going to hit it and absorb the impact.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then you got to get your hands in front of you, obviously, and you don't want to slip up there.
Well, we've seen crazy stuff go down, especially on the boot scoot. Swanson just walking in here. Swanson, what do you think, man? We're seeing people do it super easy, and we're also seeing competitors go down on it.
It's not a physical obstacle. It's a technical obstacle 100%. And if your technique is off, it becomes a lot more difficult. But if your technique's right, I mean, we just saw Johnny Wilder did it so smooth. It
was
looked
ridiculous.
like easy,
I
right?
literally sat here and thought, am I horrible? And luckily I got Evan Dollar here just to remind me that I'm not horrible.
No.
I'm just big.
Normally you have your reflection to tell you that, but since there's no mirrors close by, I'll be the one to tell you.
RJ Roman on the course. This man shreds courses. An awesome musician. And, man, he is flying. Coming down, running into the balance. Cameras can barely keep up with him.
My goodness. So much speed.
Fun fact, I was just chatting with him last night. RJ's first name is Roland, his dad's name. And so he's rolling through this course. Come on.
Oh, I see.
Coming out of Orlando, Florida. Has made it to stage 2 and 3 in season 10 and 11. Really making light work of this wall here. Now, he will put out this challenge to anybody. Never lost a game of Just Dance to the song La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin.
Goodness gracious. The full extension. Holding on by his fingertips. Can he? Oh!
That's where what? He goes back into it to throw from that position? Oh, my gosh. He almost saved it.
The fact that he was able to hold on and keep the momentum going to even attempt it a second time.
So right here, as he's kicking through, he kicks and then throws his legs back over his head. That's the technique. Swanson was just saying it has to happen. If you don't, you do not have enough swing or you're going to drag the ground. To be able to miss one time, reset, and then kick forward, throw your legs back within milliseconds to be set and not hit the ground, that is so tough to do, and RJ almost pulls it off.
He almost pulls it off. And that, I think, is more representative of just visually the difficulty of that obstacle in particular.
Yeah.
Like our first two athletes made it through seemingly effortlessly, but that, what you just saw, is what can happen on that obstacle, and it is nothing to overlook.
I'm stunned by that obstacle right now. We've seen it done so easily, which shakes me up, and then I also thought it was going to be really hard, and we've seen competitors go down on it. Amazing athletes like RJ Roman and David Wright.
And up next, Jay Lewis, third place qualifier, Real Life Ninja Academy. He trains with Drew Dreschel out there.
Yeah, Drew's taught him a lot over the years. Got third place in the qualifier, and he got invited to be on the show American Ninja Warrior this year. If you guys don't know, American Ninja Warrior is calling out the younger competitors to come out. I do believe 10 of them have been called and to compete on the show. So, again, the age limit has been dropped. It was 21, then to 19, and now, who knows? Whatever age.
Jay Lewis is 15. 15 years old competing at this level is unbelievable.
Training under the great himself, Drew Dreschel. As you all saw last year, Drew Dreschel winning American Ninja Warrior, becoming an American Ninja Warrior officially. Much deserved. He's been putting in years and years in the sport, being the last man standing last year, and then, or 2 years back. Can you get this beta here?
Good launch.
Really need to get those legs a little bit higher for this one because the ropes are going to get shorter. Get over your head. That'll work. Now on this one's even quicker. Wow.
Yeah, talk about the quickness, because as soon as you release the bar and match your other hand on that ring, you have to get your legs over your head like instantly.
You need to be able to pull back so you get enough swing out of the rope, but then as soon as you pull back, you have to lean back and get your legs over your head so you can kick them upwards to get to the next lache bar.
And it happens fast. They're nice.
Wow.
4 points of contact on that vertical bar. That's exactly how that obstacle is designed to be done.
Textbook with the feet and hands at the same time. What? It looks like there's glue on his feet.
It does.
Legit glue on his feet.
And
Now
Jay,
he's the first one to make it through.
15, first one to make it through.
We're getting to see some This little cargo net is blocking the ninjas from wanting to reach the way they normally would. You can't match hands as well. And that is tough to lock off on that.
Wow. Oh, no, and his hand falls back.
Oh,
Just
no.
a slight mental error, I think, on the dismount.
Let's
And
watch it
that's
here.
it.
Solid on the feet. Let's just see if his balance is off when he lands.
Oh,
that
the
net-
hand.
The net caught on his hand on the way of the dismount. That caused his chest to fall backwards, and then he landed chest back, and that's why he touched his hand down. Did not look taxed, though. Looked like he could have done the next obstacle with enough time. Tough.
Yeah, tough
But great
run
run.
for Jay Lewis. Yeah,
Gosh,
but
that was awesome.
hopefully that is enough to get him into our top 10 spots so we can see him in the finals because he's now learned his lesson on that through the fence obstacle. And really, that was just mental. He had the strength, as you said, but on the release, his hand got caught. He just sort of lost track of that net that was surrounding his hand, and it was enough to put him off balance.
Wow.
And now, here, look. Jay Lewis, obviously, top of the field right now. 15 years old, looking very strong. His coach and mentor, Drew Dreschel, will be hitting the course later today.
A little question here for DeGangi. It looks like Sam Folson, since he did touch the last ring, did he complete that obstacle?
Yes, that is a completion for that obstacle, so he did get the clear to receive pulse.
Right on. DeGangi back here, technical. Man, I'm looking at all these computers and things, but he's also able to answer our technical questions on the course. Sam Folson, because he threw and touched the ring, that was a completion of that obstacle, so he did have a time up to that point. Jay was faster and would have completed the next one too. And the only reason why Jay failed, I'm getting this, beep, 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 beep. Yeah, it's coming in my ear right now from the man himself, DeGangi. He's saying because Jay touched his hand backwards, that is a failed obstacle. So he would have completed if that hand didn't touch, just like how Sam did complete because he touched the ring. This case, he fell backwards, which would be considered not making the dismount, where getting just to the ring on that fifth obstacle, or the sixth obstacle counts. We also got to chat with Max last night. Max also getting the call for American Ninja Warrior. It's not going to be exciting to compete against these guys.
And also 15 years old. And like Jay, both of them have been training for 4 years or more, which is unreal and sort of a testament to the popularity of this sport. You know, this didn't exist for you and I to be training when we were 11 years old, 10 years old to get started. And here they are. And you can see now, having trained several years, 15, they're blasting through courses that are designed by Ethan Swanson and Chris DeGangi to be challenging to the most dedicated and talented athletes out there.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to see these younger guys hit the main show, American Ninja Warrior, and see how that pressure handles. But this is not to be overlooked because there's a lot of pressure, a lot of money on the line here in this competition. And to think what it'd be like to be 15 years old and pocket some serious change due to your ninja winnings, I'm excited to see how he pieces this together.
I am too. Max, a little bit taller of a competitor. He's got, that reach worked out to his advantage there. Good transition on the first set.
He got third place in movement lab to qualify here. And then, oh no.
Just looks like he rushed that second move, jumped too far away from the wall. His momentum carried him off, and he only got one hand on that green hold. It's not a deep hold, and it just wasn't enough to hang on for the ride.
Yeah, that's tough.
With the amount of athletes that we have in this lineup right now, I don't think that'll be enough to qualify top 10. We have such a powerful lineup ahead.
Yeah,
Adam Rail is still upcoming.
It's going to get heavy in here.
Drew Dreschel and this man,
Let's go.
Michael
Is it just me, or
Torres.
does he look better and better, man, with the hair matching the outfit. Torres recently engaged. I'm so stoked for him. Currently in 5th place in the UNX season. Has proved himself over time now. Multiple majors. Let's see what he does here today. Torres opting to use the rope. Interesting. A lot of the guys have been jumping that ring where if you do, it is a gamble on the body control you need versus the fluidity it might get from just going to the rope. Whatever builds confidence. That's what I'm always telling people. You want to be building up your confidence throughout the course. I know for Torres, that's an easy big hop there. It's not a crazy move for him. So I think he's just slowly getting excited here on this course, building up some momentum. There you go. That's how you do it.
A lot of control. I like how he found his angle, carried his momentum, pulled himself into the wall, leaned back just enough to grab that hold, and he had it.
Let's see here. Whoa! They're really having to reach for it. You get those feet up high quick.
He's going to need more swing than he had that first time. There it is.
Wow.
And he's through.
Wow, light work.
1, 2, 3,
Light
just
work.
like that.
Light work. Torres with a minute 15 off the clock, making a quick run to this point.
Shaking it out. He's got a little bit of time here. 3.5 minutes for the men to complete this course.
What? You
We've
see how
only
he used a downward press with his left hand? That's not to be missed. There's a little move there. Oh, no.
He's going for that transition.
Oh, I saw it in his eyes.
Oh.
That's why I said, oh, no. I knew that he was going big as soon as he got to those poles. It's a deceptive thing to go, you know what? I'm strong. He's explosive. But I only think the only reason why it didn't work out for him is the spacing. He might bump it here. Let's take a look of his dismount. Yes, it looks like it kind of bumped him or it kind of hit him weird when he grabbed that next set.
Don't
take the bait. Don't take the crazy beta bait.
I mean, those bars are close. Like an athlete gets to that point and they see that next set of bars and they think, yeah, I can skip this, and they can.
Yeah.
But I think they're underestimating how when you the poles are not in alignment.
Yep.
Like they're askew from each other.
Yep.
So you're sort of building this momentum, and it's real kind of wonky on your shoulders
Yep.
and your biceps.
You're taking off at an angle. Notice he's got one hand in front of the other. And then you're catching at an angle, one hand then the other. He tried to grab with both on one. And it's literally his bottom hand was below the bottom of the cutoff of the pipe. So, he's not getting all the grip you need. The biggest surface area for me to hold on one of those is the bottom side of my palm, and that for him wasn't even on the sea of pipes.
Well, we'll see if Adam Rail can make to the sea of poles, what beta he'll bring to that obstacle, because he's like the king of beta in my mind. Him and Drew Dreschel both, every time I see them compete on various courses, they're so inventive because they have the athleticism, the coordination, agility, and power, all of it, the whole arsenal, and they just do things that I would never even consider.
And they're also not afraid to roll the dice. They roll the dice on their own confidence of their ability. So it's not quite a gamble when you know what you can do. Adam looking zoned in here.
I really do want him to do well. This first major here in the UNX championship.
We want to see him do well because we know he can put on a crazy performance. And Ninja, anything can happen at any time, but we love seeing people go for it. Now it looks like they're sliding in there, but every time they're wiping off those walls, so it's not that they're getting more dusty or anything. You'll see that our staff here is going through and wiping the wall every time.
That looked like a little triple jump maneuver, like a little hop where his
did.
right foot hit both of those platforms.
A little
That was just
parkour out of Adam Rail.
fun to watch.
Yeah. So got that cortisone shot. 26 years old. I've always called him the most winningest ninja, winning everything from Wolfpack to NNLs to UNAAs. Now looking to try to pull off a big W here in the UNX. Grabbing the top is very smart.
Goodness.
He just saved himself the diameter of that ring about 6 inches by holding the top of it, and he grabs the top again. Grabbing that top is getting him 6 inches higher off the ground. Very smart beta.
It's smart beta. It's also pure strength to be able to. That second lache, or the second transition from the ring to the bar, he just latched on with one hand. And again, it's one thing to watch these athletes complete an obstacle like that, and it's another to think
So tough.
how they did it and what it takes truly to be able to execute.
That is a tough move to do one-handed. It's tough move to do with your entire body, and this man's removing hands and feet. Glad that Adam did not bite on the fishing line that is the crazy beta. It is going with smart technique here. Again, they don't know. They don't know who's made it where, so they don't have an idea. Smart move to shake out there. He must have been feeling a little pump going. He's been through enough obstacles now where you can get a good pump going. He's wanting to
Threw
match.
it backwards a little bit.
He's starting to feel it, looks like, by grimace on his face. And also the desire to match kind of gives Beta ideas that maybe you're getting tired. He's throwing, and no. Going for an early dismount.
Goodness. Yeah, you saw he thought maybe he had it, and it looked like, again, with the net hanging down, I think he cut himself short. So he maybe could have used a couple more swings to build that momentum, but still, once you release, you have to duck your hands down, and that influences the way that you can correct your body to get your chest over your feet and try to make it to the landing platform.
Exactly. If you don't drop those hands, they'll get caught up in the net, causing your chest to drop backwards. And, man, DeGan, is there any chance we could see a leaderboard anytime? I'm kind of curious because that was a great run. We've seen Adam getting to that obstacle. This is the furthest we've seen out of two competitors making it there. But, a lot of great competitors still yet to come. Here's our leaderboard. DeGanji's on it. Jay Lewis is the other one to make it there. Sam Folsom not making it into the cargo net, but counting it as if he did because he got to the ring before he fell. So we got three competitors there. Max coming in at 8th. Bubble's going to be the 10th position. So everyone right now is in the running, even going down on the third obstacle where Max did. You don't know what's going to happen out there. So all these people still in the running. 10 move on to our finals.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Adam Rail is in really good position to make it to the finals. And I am curious to know what adjustments he might make. From all these athletes, truly, that's the benefit of qualifying for the finals is you get to take on this course a second time with the information and beta that you have from that first attempt. And now Nick Fordney, first place qualifier from Jungle Gym.
I get to train with Nick Fortney every once in a while. He's now in Austin, so I don't get to see him as much, but super strong. Ninja community would tell you that straight up. Nick also has made some mistakes. He got on the first year of American Ninja Warrior, did a backflip at the starting line, got the hype a little too high, got tunnel vision, and fell on the first obstacle. Again, anything can happen in Ninja, but this guy is super strong.
No falling on the first obstacle this time.
We'll take it.
Good full extension, nice controlled swings.
Nick Fortney, 21 years old, had 10 years of gymnastics background. Really enjoyed the pommel horse, so got a good core strength on him. Enjoys that. Now moving into Ninja. You can catch him at Austin Ninjas, the gym over there. He's making his way through the third obstacle here.
Wow.
Very good.
The always perilous boot scoot,
Oh, yeah. Get them feet
which
up.
I've never said before in my life. Oh, misses the first one, corrects it.
Wow! What?
My jaw is on the floor right now.
Unbelievable.
I didn't know that was even
I
possible.
didn't either. He's getting it, though. He did his first swing. His feet were not far over his head. Then he immediately put them further. And now every swing ever since, he puts his feet really far overhead right there and kicks them upwards and makes it look like nothing. As Swanson was saying, this is not a strength obstacle. It is a technical skill obstacle. If you do not do the beta the way that you're getting that weight over your head so you can kick upwards, it becomes so tough to do. I didn't know you could fix it. I can't believe he just fixed that after his first swing didn't go well.
Yeah,
And
and
sliding.
so
Sliding.
yeah, I can't tell if he's. Oh, interesting. See, okay, I was on this obstacle yesterday, and It is tough. There's no question about that. It took me multiple attempts to figure out the best.
Notice there.
Yeah, you can
start
see
sliding.
him sliding down.
Slide
But
again right there.
I honestly wouldn't chalk up for the poles. I felt like I can stick to the poles better without the chalk. But then you immediately transition to the through the fence, and those holds you want to be chalked up for.
Yeah, it depends on your hands. Some people are really sweaty. They can use chalking on it. If I don't chalk up before those poles, I got zero chance of making it. But if your hands are a little more dry and you chalk up, it could cause them to be too powdery and slide. I wonder if Nick looked like he had his hands on the outside of the poles, causing his forearms to be on the inside. If you swing in that way and trying to release, you're actually blocking your arm from releasing. Now, to turn your arms all the way inside and try to scoot through the middle doesn't work either. So I think you have to do that. I think he slid down to get his elbows below the cutoff of the pole. So I think he was trying to adjust a little late in the game, and that's what caused that to happen.
Lucas Reale, second place qualifier from Real Life Ninja Academy. A lot of strong performances coming out of that gym. I wonder why.
Yeah, I think I know why. He's going to start up his own gym at the next TA Fitness. He's going to be getting that going. Was able to actually hop on the Power Tower last year in Baltimore. And so he's used to the big stage, got amazing talent. Because to get on the Power Tower, you got to get second place in the Show American Ninja Warrior on the city qualifier or city final.
Good pace right now. Very relaxed demeanor through the course. Lucas, 21 years old, been competing for 5 years. It's fun for me, having been around my first exposure to this sport would have been season 2 of American Ninja Warrior, and to see the sport evolve since then has been unbelievable. I couldn't imagine competing on obstacles like this then. I think the second obstacle from that season was a rope swing, and now we've got a boot scoot.
Yeah. The thing, you got to have a technique in all different ways and fashions. There's new stuff coming every day. Wow, that was so low. It looked like he actually scooted his boot on the ground.
It did. I thought maybe that was an incidental contact thing. It was close. He was inches away.
Normally in competitions, incidental contact can be allowed, but in this case, if you do, it's going to slow your swing. So you really are only hurting yourself with an incidental here. And he might have just hovered right above it. His feet not exactly precise there, so causing it still to slide. See how low his hands are?
Really
that allows him
low.
Oh, save it.
Can't hang on.
So I would say grabbing that low like this, see his elbows are far beneath the cutoff, allowing him to have range of motion tossing. If you're too high, where we saw Nick Fortney, then needing to slide down, your elbows have to have that openness to kick underneath, or you're not going to be able to pop your chest through.
Yeah, chalk really is a double-edged sword on this obstacle, because it may assist your hands, but it certainly doesn't assist your feet. And so if you think that other competitors have gotten to that moment or gotten to that spot on the obstacle before you, potentially the chalk residue could influence your feet's ability to grab onto the pole.
Let's show a big warm welcome to our next competitor, all the way from Guam. It's Darren Perez.
He's been such a joy to watch this season, and man, this is actually a really big run for him. He's currently in 18th place. If he crushes it here, which he's done before in qualifiers, getting first place, TA Fitness out there, Traverse City Fitness, doing amazing. Multiple ninja courses is qualified. If he does awesome, he can make it to the championship. He can go on from here, but he's in 18th right now. He has got to crush it out there.
He really does, yeah. Major 3 is a big one for these athletes. This is the last chance that they can put points on the board, and those points make the difference as to whether or not you qualify top 10 and compete in the championships. So he's going for the number 1 spot today. He's got nothing to lose, everything to gain, and he's going to send it.
Yeah. A little crazy on the body swing there, but fixes it, no problem. Taking a little extra time, but that's just a little bit seconds here. As long as you're still building your confidence, you can make up those seconds later. Coming out of Guam, but also being all around with the military. And if you didn't know, Chamorin is the title for the people out in Guam, but he goes by the Guam Ninja. Amazing talent out of him. He's really kind of showed up big here in the UNX series. Didn't see him in too many other contests, but has competed overseas as well. So really excited to see him put this run together.
Sizing that up.
Nice.
Very nice. I like that two-hand match on that green hold because, again, it's difficult to tell from here, but that red hold, you can see sort of the side of it when you're up against the wall, but you can't. It's a blind grab. It's a good grab, but it's a blind one. So, but you have a full view of that green one, and he matched hands, maintained that control, and was able to transition around. And now, one-hand extension.
To pull that off blows my mind. These guys are doing an amazing job. Oh, no.
He tried to repeat that same move, and you could see just wasn't enough of a reach.
Wow. So the points aren't decided at this point. If he's gone fast enough to make it to the finals, he can still get some points and do a big final run in the finals, but he's got to get there.
Oh, that's tough.
I'm not sure if it was fast enough to that point.
So that second
Just giving us a little rundown here
connection.
At the leaderboard.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the leaderboard. The second connection there, just on that last move, is further. So his wingspan was able to cover ground from the ring to that first bar, but then that second transition, it's a little bit further, a little more challenging, and he just did not anticipate it.
And if the Gange, am I right? 16 competitors in the series. 17 competitors. So we have 10 up now. Perez is just on that bubble. So the next 7 competitors are going to decide. Have we been through more than 10 yet to Gange? Gone through 11. So there's 6 more competitors that could bump him out of the finals. All you got to do, make it sound simple, all you got to do, right? Yeah, no. Get to the boot scoot in under 57 seconds, and Darren will not make it to the next round. But easier said than done. Again, the ninjas don't know this. We got the numbers. We can kind of tell you guys this stuff so you can know with that information. But the ninjas don't know it's a race to get to the 4th obstacle at 57 seconds. But again, that's why I love how the UNX is doing this, is because they're secluding them so it does not become a race to that point.
Right.
It's still, in everyone's mind, everyone's completed.
Now this is what I'm talking about. You know, this
Yeah.
makes sense to me.
Yep. Evan Dollard knows what it means. And tell him, what do you get when you take your shirt off?
I'll tell you what you get. More power.
More power.
Yeah.
That's advice from a veteran who's taken his shirt off a time or two.
Once or twice, yeah.
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 Did you tell him to do this before his run?
I didn't. You know what? And I think in a lot of ways I didn't have to, because it's just it just makes so much sense. I don't know why you would. I've always said that.
You've always said that.
I have. I've never
never
competed in a shirt.
I've never thought he didn't say that. I always thought he said that. Adam is doing awesome here, though. Shirtless or not, great technique. And
Oh, goodness gracious.
what?
That was unexpected. We have not seen an athlete go down on the spider wall in this competition, men's or women's division, and it looks like his
Right as I'm talking about his technique,
lost purchase.
his foot on that second hop, his right foot loses some steam. Normally you can save that. He had 3 points of contact. You can save that with your arms, but they were a little high. If you look at where he was at, they were up near his head versus if they're low below his shoulders, you can then press out of those. But having your hands too high makes them not as effective. So right as I was talking about technique, that spider technique actually took him out.
Wow.
Did he have too much power?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it was just too much power. He was trying to contain it, and you can't. You can't contain that power.
can't.
You just have to embrace it. And here's a man who's embraced
great at embracing it.
all the power.
Yep.
Drew Dreschel.
In the Hawaiian language, just the mana, the power, the strength. And just when we said no one's run a course in khakis, 2 people have today. One were sweatpants khakis, Drew Dreschel here with the khakis on.
We're really seeing
that qualify?
the evolution of the sport,
Yeah.
you know, right here on display with those wardrobe choices. Getting a little bit more of a stretch and wiping down the bottoms of his feet, but not wanting to use his hands, obviously, because he's all chalked up and ready to go.
The flexibility it takes to do that, actually, there's a pigeon pose stretch, is not easy. Shout out to Drew. Flexibility, strong, endurance strength, technique, awesome. This dude knows what he's doing. He's proven himself time and time again. Is he going to be our first clear? I hope so.
I hope so, too. Now, Major 3 is obviously a big one for him because he missed the last major and was unable then to accumulate any points to go toward the championship. So he needs to score high. He's currently sitting tied at 8th in our season standings.
I mean, come on, Drew. You're going to miss a UNX when, what, you're having a baby? Big deal, right? Come on.
Yeah, give me a good reason to miss a competition.
Whoa, Drew, get wild. Skipping those holds, I like it.
It's what he does. It's what he does.
You go hop on Drew's Instagram. You'll see Uncle Grant getting a big carry and hanging around with the baby. Cutest baby, so sweet. Big smiles on that child. Had some fun down at Jungle Gym hanging out with his new baby boy, him and April.
You
Great
see
parents.
there, he has the ability, the wingspan, to not need to do the double release off the ring. He can just reach out with one and grab it, unlike Darren Perez. And unfortunately, with that completion, that means that Darren Perez will not be in the finals, and that'll be the end of his UNX Season 1.
That was literally a clinic on how to do that obstacle. Drew just nailed it. I mean, that's exactly how fluid you want to do. Didn't waste any energy. Notice how Drew's chalking up a little bit lower so that he can get his elbows through. Hands and feet same time. 4 points of contact.
4 points of contact. That was
Not
boy, you
taking the
said
beta
it.
here. Wait.
Ooh,
Wait.
interesting.
Oh, no.
Yes,
Yeah,
he does.
He does. He let it. He saw an opportunity, and he went for it.
Good pace right now. Only
Notice how he's pulling up with his
2 minutes.
scapula and locking his arm off. There's a slight movement happening in his scapula right now that shows that he's locking his arm instead of just gibbon swinging. And there it is. The first to make it through. He was able to pull his hands out of the cargo net, not to drop his chest backwards. But the little tiny beta's in there. He's pulling into the scapula. He's locking his arm off just a bit so that he can swing through there and not have to be dead hanging as he does it. Now this looks interesting.
Yeah, the first time we're seeing this one.
You have to hook it from the backside like that because you're going to release it here. Oh, man. What a move. He makes it, though, but does not hold on. Now, Drew is dealing with the flu right now, so he is very sick. It looks like he's starting to feel that. Hasn't been training as much because he's been a new father, staying up late nights and everything. I'm sure is getting on him, but what a performance. Our furthest so far.
Yeah, solid performance. And that obstacle there, that last one here in the men's division, is gnarly. That breakaway, so you have the hook. Once you hook it onto that first one, you then need to do a 180, carry that hook with you, latch it on to that next ring, and it breaks away. It's a significant drop. That vertical grip, you need to hold on, you need to activate the core, try to condense your body as much as you can so that the sheer force doesn't pull you off that bar.
Yeah, it's tough. And holding on to a cane like that is not easy. Training that grip, but after that big drop, it's like pulling out of your hands after a full course run. Amazing job out of Drew. Daniel Gill's up next. Are we going to see, is Daniel going to put it together?
Well, we want to see it. We want to see an athlete finish this course. And Daniel Gill is more than capable of putting together a run like that. He and Drew back-to-back, 2 of our most experienced competitors out here, and very fun to watch. Our Major 1 winner looking to reclaim his title here in Major 3 and, of course, earn those points to help him qualify for the championship. Little last second catch up, make sure he's got the rules of the course set in place. I like it. He's running through the mind. This is what a lot of athletes do. You could see him there. He's looking at the course, he's looking at the obstacles and sort of running through it in his mind. He sees the victory, he sees his approach, and now he just needs to go out there and get it done.
Daniel will slip up with the feet there, but I don't think he's really worried about it. Into the spider. Not to be overlooked now that we've seen somebody fail it. But he is moving.
He is moving.
Here we go. Again, no need to chalk. Just going right into it. Switching up his leg beta here. So he keeps that hip.
Trying to, keeping us on our toes here.
There you go.
It's interesting because you have something in mind, right?
Yep.
Until you get on that obstacle, you don't quite know what's going to feel most comfortable.
And the big thing is you don't let that get in your mind.
Whoa!
Wow. Sideways swing and make that happen.
yeah.
We haven't seen someone make that yet like that.
Oh my goodness!
no.
Came up short with the reach. Can he
saved
build the
it?
momentum?
What?
That is unbelievable.
Wow, Daniel Gill saving that from what looked like was not possible to save it. Unbelievable.
We're talking about you have one hand on the ring. You miss that grab, and you have seconds to get that second hand to match. You're upside down. You're inverted. You're trying to keep your body off the ground. There's so much going on in that moment. So powerful.
Daniel doing an amazing job. Man, Daniel could do it here if he just keeps this rhythm going. Hands and feet. You can hear his shoes gripping because he's got them dried. Now, he is no stranger to this area of movement here. Different holds. He's smart to match through here, save that grip strength, but now you cannot match as much. That hand is behind in the net,
it's behind.
though.
Ooh, yeah.
No.
So you can see he reached through the net, not directly up through the closest hole of the net, but like the one in advance of it. You can see him staring at his wrist. And right here, once again, taking a couple extra swings, somehow building that momentum
Unbelievable.
to make that correction.
That was wild. I can't express to you enough how hard it is to take that beta. Didn't go exactly right on his first swing. Even though he made it, I don't think that's exactly how he wanted it to feel. The second one didn't go right at all. Made a quick adjustment, figured it out, and literally we watched him learn how to do the obstacle while he was doing it and making mistakes. That was an awesome job by Daniel Gill to get to that point and save it through the boot scoot.
It really was. And that will be far enough to qualify top 10, so we will see him in the finals next Saturday. Christian Yost like toast, baby.
Just like toast. He's up. He's tied at 8th position with none other than Drew Dreschel. You only score points in the major events. Drew and Daniel Gill not showing up to the last major caused them to really lose some points. And it's still a big deal whether these guys make it or not, depending on how it goes in this third major, whether they go to the championship or not. 8th position, that's the borderline.
Yeah,
Only 8 go to the championship.
correct. So he's wanting to, and boys, this guy, he's spry. He's strong.
Spry,
He's got
yes.
a good upper body strength, good lock off. I mean, right now, full extension, saving that strength. But his upper body strength, and agility, they're all on point. He's a versatile athlete, and he's a firecracker right now.
Yeah. He's got, you can tell they're not just a spring in his step, but a spring in his grab and pop off of obstacles. And that's kind of an attacking of the course approach.
No.
Just not enough fingers on that. Oh, no. That is huge.
Unbelievable.
That means he won't be going to our finals, I think, due to the time to go out in the third obstacle. That means we might not see him in the championship. Oh, my gosh. What an amazing competitor, just not making it to our championship now because he went out off a simple grab.
Yeah, I'm sure Christian is understandably disappointed right now going into this event, tied with Drew Dreshel for 8th, knowing that he needed to do well, and then just there on that
Oh my
rock wall
gosh.
traverse, coming up a little short, maybe going in a little too timid, wasn't able to get that second hand to the hold and hang on. So unfortunately, that'll be the end of Christian's season here at UNX. And we saw the leaderboard just a second ago. Drew Dreshel obviously at the top of that, making it further than any other athlete right now.
DeGangi sitting over here. DeGangi, how many more runners do we have? Is that 2 more runners? David Wright on the bubble. He has made it to the 4th obstacle. If you go out in the 3rd obstacle at all, you will not be moving on to the finals. Caden Lepsack has crushed it. Won 2 qualifiers. So he is not a competitor you think is going to slip up somewhere. He's got amazing lock-off strength. We saw him demonstrate that in the Major 2 on our Burley Boards obstacle. Go back and watch his run there. Super strong, locking off on cliffhanger holds that are swinging. Interesting. Okay, no big deal, but that's probably not what he wanted to happen, but doesn't seem worried about it.
Now right here, this is where Christian Yost unfortunately went out early. Hopefully Caden can put this together.
Caden,
Wow,
keeping his chest to
so
the wall
smooth,
as he
yep.
reached. That's how you do it.
Chest in close, matched that hand on the first green hand hold, and then was able to quickly transition around to the red. Off the ring, and that's it.
Now this move here, though, the boot scoot. Whoa, those feet didn't get up very high, but he was able to kick forward. Wow, those feet are so low. He's literally muscling his way through that. He's locking off, and he's pulling with his arms to that. That is a hard move to make. Now, he is a lighter competitor. Let's just say I'm not, all right? So when I'm doing it, to pull with your arms is so much weight to lift. It has to be a kick. It can't just be all arms. It shows the strength to weight ratio is very high. And he made it look easy, just doing his arms and a little bit of kip.
And now here on the sea of poles, doing every single move. 4 points of contact, absorbing that impact quickly to the ring. Boy, he looks so good out there right now.
He does.
That
he could
full
be.
extension. There's a little bit of a
See-
lock off
see it?
there.
Yep. Take note of those little motions right here, locking off again. I knew he would because holding those thick nunchucks needs a little bit of lock off. Not getting caught up in our net. Come on, crowd, let's go.
And now
he could be our
Caden.
first. We
Yep.
have 2 more to see if they can be done. He could be the one.
He could be the one. Drew Dreshel, the only other athlete to get to this obstacle. He's still got a full minute and 15 seconds to get it done.
Oh,
And he
man.
comes up short.
You have to jump past the ring, hook it back in. Not easy to do. Let's see here. As he comes and hits the trampoline, looks like he got far enough out, but didn't get the ring or the cane in far enough.
Yeah, I think
Man.
you really got to exaggerate that. Like that, it's so, it's hard to tell, but it's so awkward to leap, do a 180, and hook that cane through the hole. And I think the more elevation you have, potentially, the more time you have midair to make that, to eye it up and really make that happen.
David Wright is out. We have 1 runner to see if they will knock out Nick Fortney or not. You have to get to the 5th obstacle in 1 minute 21 seconds. The competitors do not know that information, but we know on our end that's what it takes. Just a sheepish little high five if you didn't notice back there when Caden was heading off the course. A little dap up from our boy Jake Murray, who did not make it to this round of competition, but will be in the championship, is currently in first, I believe, just from doing well over time. So we're going to see him in 2 Saturdays from now in the championships of the UNX. But our final runner,
Kyle Soderman, Our Major 2
Sody.
champion, freshly shaved,
We out here
clean
live.
cut, ready to cut his way through this course.
Yeah, let's go. We out here live. Worldwide World Star. Jake back there peering in. I see Jake seeing his homies run. He likes to show some love out there. Sody taking a big deep breath. Who knows what he's about to throw on this course? But I know he's going to throw down for the boys.
That's just how he does.
It is, man.
It'd be a lot of fun to see him make it all the way through this course and finally get a completion out of the men's division. And he's certainly more than capable.
Now, he's done multiple majors. He's also done multiple qualifiers. A lot of times I see his name on the top ranking, and it says right next to it, but didn't matter because he's already qualified. So you don't knock somebody out when you get a high place if you've already qualified for the major. That's been his shoes for the last couple rounds of competition. He's still doing well. Even though he does not take a place away, he still ends up in the top 3. Soderman also, though, made a mistake in our first major. It was a big shocker. So, you know.
I like that he did the same thing that Daniel Gill did, right? He was switching it up, deciding which stance, which was going to be his lead foot there, went with what was most comfortable, and he got it done.
All right, Soderman's not a smaller dude. This boot scoot does factor. A heavier weight and bigger body.
Oh, you got to be honest,
really
it makes me
thinking it through.
nervous every time. Every time.
Wow, though. Notice how he's setting way back. Use his weight to really kip out of it. But again, these ropes are getting shorter. Less room for mistake. That's how you do it, though. Sitting all the way back, kicking out of your legs.
How critical is the timing there?
Wow.
When his legs come back, obviously you got to get them quickly over your head, and then it looks like he's punching his feet forward to get the momentum and drive to make it to the bar.
Timing is crucial. I think if you get your timing off at all, that obstacle does not work.
Taking a beat here. He's got some time.
So I do think with his time so far, we did just knock out Nick Fortney. So we know that he will not be in our finals. What? What is that move?
Oh, my
Just
goodness.
taking it right to the chest, grabbing and holding on.
Oof. I mean, here's the thing. He got it done. Was it worth it? I don't know.
If you were to ask him, I'll tell you he would definitely say yes. What? And he does it again, skipping the short poles. Again, he's finding himself, shake it out because this is going to need some grip strength here. Accurate placement of your hand through the fence. A little bit of lock off he's holding there is not easy to do.
Oh, and he just comes up a little bit short. But did he pump out, or was it just a bad grab? Did the net get in the way? I
think
couldn't
that
tell.
It's a little bit of both. The net was in his way. He was also locked off with his left arm. That pump was starting to happen. But that's an amazing run. It's definitely going on to the finals. His
man.
arm straightened out there. You knew he was kind of getting that tiredness going. He was really wanting to make it. You can hear that grunt. He was hoping to fight through it, but doesn't keep him out of the finals, though. He's definitely in. We did lose Nick Fortney on that round, though. This is our final standings that all move into Major 3 finals. This is it, you guys. You're looking at it. We got Caden Lepsack in first, going fastest to that last obstacle. No one able to complete the course. The only other one to make it there is Drew Dreschel. Also not able to finish it, though. Adam Rail, Kyle Soderman, Michael Torres. What? You're not going to want to miss these finals.
This lineup is insane. It is so exciting to think that these athletes are going to be going head-to-head again on this course. Second run through. They're looking for the points. They're looking for the podium. And those points in Major 3 will go toward the championship. And just one more time, take a look at that lineup. You don't want to miss this.
The veterans are really delivering. Today they have come out. They're going to do it again here in the finals. I know it's going to be awesome to watch. But, yeah, it's going to come down to these finals because that's going to decide who gets in the championship. So we're going to take a little break here, and you're going to check these. These finals will air next Saturday. So tune in next Saturday to catch the finals of the men and women of UNX Major 3. Then the following Saturday is going to be our championship finals. Don't miss it. plan nothing for the next 2 Saturdays at all. Order a pizza, chill out, and get stoked because it's going to be a crazy competition coming.
I'm looking forward to it. Well, for Grant McCartney, the Island Ninja, I'm Evan Dollard. There he is, and we'll see you next Saturday for the UNX Major 3 Finals.
Chee-hoo.